Hey. Give me a sec. I'm almost there. Let's see. It's working. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway. I was reconfiguring something. Reconfiguring something. We're listening to some nice music. See? The thing is this. You leave a few weeks, a few days, and everything stops working. For some reason, I had to change my Spotify password because they told me that they want me to change my password. And this disconnects everything, including the music link. And I just found out just before starting the thing. And now I don't hear myself. Yeah. And 1 2 1 2 1 2 we rolling. I didn't even have time to send the link properly to everybody, to Twitter, to this, that. Sirène des Îles, thank you so much for the super chat. And let's just roll. Welcome to Club Shada episode 147. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody is in good spirit. I hope everybody is recovering from a whole week without me. I know how hard it must be. I feel you. Right from the start, I wanna wish my condolences to my cousins, Mountain of Inspiration, and Joel Amen, and their brothers and sisters, and Dalia as well, for the loss of their mother, my aunt. This is why I was not live Wednesday, but that's the thing. The show must go on, and when we are entertainers, creators, the show must go on. And sometimes we're in this situation where you just want to leave for a month or 3, but listen, this is your livelihood. So but listen, we are with you. Everybody in the chat, put some candles in the chat to accompany the auntie Mama Joe, who is on her way to the heavens. And listen, this is life. It's I had my cousins on the phone. They're all right. Maybe they'll be here. Maybe they will come here to spend some time with us and think about something else. But I guess they have a lot to do. But hey, I want to tell you that we are with you. And what a week. What a week. We're going to talk about a lot of things. But before I go, this show is brought to you by ShadaWear.com, the gods of good fortune. Look at this crazy t-shirt that you can buy on ShadaWear. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Lenny, Shakrim, Aisata, Giselle, Stephanie. When I see the names, I can see the nationalities when I see the names. But yeah, it is what it is. Well, listen, it's good to have you here. I want to acknowledge the fact that our stream royalty is still the same person. Sirène des Îles. Damn. Siren Desil, thank you so much for $23 and counting for the month of October, and for 100 and more than $60 for the month of September. Thank you so much for your donations every week. It goes straight to my heart, then to my bank account. Listen, you have to laugh. That's, laughter is better than sadness. Listen, I want to thank all the sponsors who come here and donate $1, $5, $500, $1,000. Listen, you want to build a pyramid, you're gonna need bricks. A brick, or 10 bricks, or 500 bricks. As long as a brick is there, that's your contribution. Don't mind me. I'm on Red Bull tonight. I woke up super early, so I could not have my lazy Sunday. So yeah. So I'm on. Oh, Calvin, hey. Thank you so much, brother, and congratulations on this amazing sale. So Calvin is somebody I met on the NFC space, and listen, yesterday he made some serious chips, and that was beautiful to see, and it's somebody who deserves it. So I'm super happy, and thank you so much for your condolences. Ezekiel Licolo, bonsoir, comment ça va? Hey, Jujouzan, I missed you too. Been somewhere, right? La milliardaire. Hey, you, how are you? Mr. Michael ZL. Oh, listen, tonight we on. Tonight we on. And I'm going to have a special guest as well to talk about all that. He's making himself sexy, turning the blue lights, putting some oil on his titties, and then he's going to be with us in a sec. Just saying hi to everybody. Hello, Charlene. How are you? What up, Mamadou? Hey, Siren des Îles. Thank you again for your super chat. Morale is with. Listen, hey, I'm fine. I'm okay. My cousins are okay as well, but yeah. What up, Calvin, again? Thank you so much for being here and spending some time with us between changing 2 diapers. Master Electronic, the most beautiful Congolese guy in Sweden. How are you, brother? I hope you're good. Thank you so much. Ralphie, what up, brother? Thank you so much, Charlene. Thank you. Thank you so much, Julie. They are receiving our energy. All right. I'm still waiting to mint. I wanted to mint like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, damn, still out. Damn. What up, Elise boys? You love the subject of tonight? I mean, yeah. Listen, let me call, yes, thank you. So listen, I have a special guest tonight, and he's none other than my good friend. And listen, it's an impromptu guest. He just showed up and he just decided to join the conversation. But listen, before he comes in, I want everybody in the chat to put birthday cakes. Well, he's put birthday cakes in the chat. Everybody put the birthday cakes emojis. Myself, I'm gonna put mine. Let me see. Wait. Let me find search emoji birthday. There you go. Birthday cake. Boom. And join me in wishing a happy birthday. Right? A happy birthday. I have my cigar up there, but I'm not gonna light it. I'm at home. Listen. Join me in wishing a happy birthday to the one and only. You're very red.
Ouais. Oui, la jolibilité naturelle. Moi-même, je suis Kaysha Junior, celui qui veut lutter pour sa vie.
Hey, why are you late? Your volume is like your volume is
asking me to come on your show.
Your volume is like late compared to your image. Say something. Say 1 2, just to see.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
No, really, like I'm seeing you super late. Wait.
Oh yeah.
Just call me back. Just call me back. Now that you fucked my intro. He's calling back. Oh, that's why I see everything red. That's the glasses. So, let's see how it goes now. Sing to guest number 1. Say something now.
Yeah, 1 2.
Yeah, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear buddy. Happy birthday to you, old guy.
Merci Papa Kaysha, vraiment merci beaucoup pour cet honneur. Singil à midi, donc il m'échoit le plaisir de vous recevoir. Thank you, bro.
So, how does he feel? You know,
man,
another
good,
day.
man, it's,
It's just another day, right?
Yeah, you know, I think
for me it's just another day,
realize
but I mean,
just another day.
some people want it to be something
But it's
special.
especially, you know, good knowing where we come from. Man, last year we almost were not here anymore, so I'm celebrating. I mean, today
That's
it
true.
was a beautiful celebration. This afternoon when, you know, we were at the house, it was nice, man. Merci. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, yo. To the whole shot again.
So you're celebrating? Is Julie sending you a sexy video?
No, I haven't seen any sexy video from Julie.
Julie, what's going on?
Not that
Yo,
I should
what's
expect,
going
not
on
that I
with
should
you?
expect one, you know, but, you know, well, you know.
Okay. Are you getting late for your birthday? Something?
No, I'm cool.
I know you have 2 guests in your house. Maybe one of them can.
Yeah, man, they're dudes, you know, and as you know, I'm not into men, I'm into women, but yeah, I mean, you know.
But listen,
Good looking
it's
brother,
never too late
nonetheless,
to
but
try
not
new
my-
stuff.
Not my cup of tea to try to sleep with men. It's not my thing.
Ezekiel is asking you, how old are you now? How old have you become?
Age ain't nothing but a number.
No. You cannot sing this anymore on YouTube.
We're gonna get cancelled. Talk about
You want to
being
cancel my show? What's wrong with you?
Fuck the cancel culture, man.
Come on, man. You cannot sing those things anymore. Fuck them it. This guy's crazy. So yeah, tell us about your day, bro.
Yeah, man, it's been a beautiful day, man. You know, beautiful celebration with family and loved ones. You know,
Yeah, my wife enjoyed her day.
wife.
She really enjoyed her day.
yeah, man. You know, beautiful, man. It was, you know what? Knowing where we come from and everything that has happened until today really feels like A lot has happened, man. A lot has happened, and I'm just thankful and honored to have another day, another year celebrated, and let God
Yeah,
continue granting me, the gifts of life.
yeah.
You know, yeah, make the best out of it. You know, but yeah, man, it's good. It's good vibes. It's just that as much as before, I would not celebrate it as much. Now more than ever, man. It doesn't have to be anything big, but just having your core people around you and just like I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you want. I mean, I wish there were many more people could have attended, but it's just good, man. Good food, good laughters, good conversations, good drinks,
Hmm.
a nice little cigar. You know,
Yeah. Listen, last time I smoked a cigar with you, I had like, how you call this?
huh?
The thing that happened to me last time I smoked a cigar with you.
You had like the gays that, and
Listen, that was horrible. I had to go home and
you were knocked out.
stay laid on. Yeah, knocked me out. I thought cigar was not doing nothing to you. It
Shit,
ended up
until you
it's
found out, you can shit yourself very quickly too, though. That shit gives you the diarrhea if you smoke too fast. The first time, at least.
damn.
Hmm.
I have to learn. Now they want I own shares of this company. I tag
All
them.
right, so
I'm a shareholder.
you know what, man?
So do you do like do you do resolutions when you?
Nah, you know what I do though. I do promise myself one thing is that I'll just do my best to just work on myself, man. That's the only thing that I promise myself.
Evolve.
Like yes, just to evolve and to grow just wiser into what we do. I mean, look at the shit, man. Look in a year time, the amazing progress that has happened in terms of business, like even the vision. We speak all the time, man. There's a lot of growth, things that I would
Yeah.
have not even begin to imagine 2 years ago have happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, it's beautiful,
Well, I guess
disruptive, but beautiful.
it's very interesting to be in this time. I was talking to somebody today, and I was telling them that as crazy as it is, I've seen the disruption of music. Like I've lived it. A lot of people are now starting their career in the world of streaming. Other people are starting their careers. Maybe it was the end, but when I released my first album, I had vinyls and cassettes, and my first demo was on a cassette, TDK cassette that you could rewind with a pencil, and then I've seen the thing go from, the revolution really happened. I've seen it, and actually I've foreseen it, like the Emperor in Star Wars. I was like, it's happening, it's gonna happen, and nobody was believing. But then I went through it. I went through these 10 years of turmoil, of the CDs collapsing, the whole industry around the CD collapsing, the stores closing, Fnac now selling coffee machines instead of music, and then iTunes doing albums, and like people have no idea that the amount of time we spend on just choosing the order of the songs in an album, and all of a sudden nobody cares because they can just, when iTunes arrived, they could just click and just pick the song they wanted, listen to 30 seconds of everything. And then now on Spotify, like usually when people listen to an album, they listen to a minute of everything until they find the songs they like. Then they put them in playlists, and then they go to the next thing. So this is a complete change of how we make music, how people listen to music, and how we sell art. Like I was saying, Calvin here, first time in the show. Welcome, brother. He just sold an art on on foundation. I think it was 1 ETH, Calvin, if I'm not mistaken. It was around 1 ETH, I think. 1 ETH 20 or maybe less. I don't remember. And look, like that's crazy, because back in the days, to make more than 1,000 on art, you need to have a gallery. You need to have like all these things around you. And look today, like, yeah, you can put 100. You can put 100. You can put 100 or $100 in Shiba Inu last year, exactly a year ago. For $100, you would have 21 million today. So like this world is. And at the same time, I just watched YouTube videos about, look, it went 1.22 ETH. Damn it. That's some nice money to buy diapers. Congratulations, brothers.
Congratulations,
brother.
indeed.
I'm saying brothers because, like, now you can go buy some of my art. Hey, I'm joking.
Self-promotion.
Hey. So the thing is, imagine how crazy it is that. So I was watching this video. I was thinking about playing Euro Millions, because I think it's gonna be 220 million Tuesday, the lottery. And then for some reason YouTube shows me a video. Like the moment I think about it, I'm like, should I play? Just after, YouTube shows me a video about a lot of people who won like 20 million in the lottery, and they lost everything in a year. Like that black girl from the ghetto, like she bought all the shit. Like she didn't invest shit. She invited everybody. Every time a friend was in jail, she paid the bail money. And then she posted a photo of her with a car that you've never seen a car so horrible. And it's very interesting that, so all of them, she showed like, I don't know, 10 people, how much they won. Like this guy in the UK, he made like $14 million, bought a huge house, start making parties, bought cars, bought a bunch of Mercedes, like bought 30 Mercedes, and used them just to do derby in his garden. So they would like bump on each other with the cars. He spent every week 75,000 on parties with friends, and then bought a lot of gold. And then now he works at a mine. And you know, the very interesting things about all the people who are not ready to make money and make a lot of money and lose everything, they all have the same lame excuse, which is, oh, I don't regret anything. I lived life to the fullest, and now I'm back to normal life. Nigga, no.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't say that. This is money shaming. This is money shaming.
Oh, there's money shaming? There's an hashtag for that too? Fuck me. Alright.
They'll cancel you, bro. They'll come for you. Club Shada, watch out. Just telling you.
No, I'm not big enough. I'm under the radar.
They'll come back for this show. They'll come back because you know there's people who can sleep on these things for hours. They'll study each and every of your shows, 350 something shows.
Bro.
There's gonna be one idiot that will be spending their lifetime just studying everything that has been said.
That shit is crazy. When people haven't had to grind for the cash, people lose their mind. Yeah, there's an element of that, the fact that people didn't grind for it, but I think it's also the financial education. When you don't have it, thing is, imagine if personally, if I didn't invest $5,000 to $10,000 during the pandemic on stock, crypto, and I've seen gain and lost, and I played in this space for 2 years. it gave me an ability and a possibility to understand money. So if I think I put around 10,000 and I made 30,000. So if I put 100,000, I'll be less emotional and less of a beginner after 2 years of trading, as I'm starting and watching a lot of videos and understanding the fundamentals of things. And if I had 1 million or 10 million today, I wouldn't do the same things that I would have done 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I would have done some smart stuff. But 10 years ago, I mean, I probably wouldn't have like all the ideas I have today. So it's part of the grind, but it's the same thing as, making, let's say you make 50,000 selling NFTs. How you reinvest that money is gonna depend on your financial education. You can go and buy maybe some apes or you can try some stuff. You can invest in, maybe you can invest 5,000 in some future blue chips, some stuff that you can resell tomorrow if you want to be in the flip game. You can start being in the art game and going to and really buying art for art and maybe reselling it at bigger value when the artists explode. Or you can also do like the thing I do every time I make money on a sell NFT. I directly remove 90% of my account and put it in cryptos, in different cryptos that generate money. But that's me because I've been in the space for long enough to understand this. The problem for a lot of people is that, if you just came out of jail and in jail you didn't learn, and all of a sudden you have like 10 million, or you didn't, nobody taught you, or you don't have financial advice, you can even get fucked by your advisor. So, money is power. Power corrupts. I've seen ugly guys. You've seen them too, your body. I've seen ugly guys get a lot of just clout, just become famous, and all of a sudden they have a lot of pussy, and then they think they're beautiful. Nah, my friend, you're still ugly. You're just famous. When fame goes, back to being ugly. And even the one who's with you might be like, damn, you're ugly. So that's the thing. Like, you have to understand, like, you have to know your space where you are, so then you can, elevate in this. But listen, did you see Dave Chappelle's special?
I need to see it, man. Well, I saw the extract that people were talking about. I'm like, just like.
But that's the problem. Like,
and I saw Talib Kweli's post about it, because Talib Kweli they tried to cancel him last year for some stupid shit.
Okay.
And so I saw what he wrote, and I was like, well, because and he posted actually the segment that they didn't post, that the cancel culture didn't post. So they were going to post whatever's going to serve the agenda they would push, and it's like, yeah, okay, well, anyway.
Let's go.
Hey, that's what mass media does, right? They want to portray you as a certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
Once you become, it's like African, leaders, right? Once you become non-conciliant, they start digging shit up for you, and you become the worst enemy.
It's very interesting how once we talk about cancel culture, most of the people who are angry, the angry mob, and they talk like the witch hunt, and everybody's actually not talking about things that they've seen. Most of the time they react to snippets, and they react to the reaction of people who are reacting to the reactions of other people who are reacting, and the message is completely transformed by the time it arrives to those people. And when you listen, and when you have a conversation with anybody that is that doesn't agree with you, they all have talking points. It feels like everybody has been like trained to say the same five things. And like anything you're gonna say about, for example, let's say that you just want to tell somebody, listen, removing R. Kelly from all the platforms is a dangerous precedent. And you'd say because of this. The only thing they can tell to you, instead of listening to what you're saying, why it's dangerous and why, if you want to remove one artist, then you have to remove everybody else. Because
Exactement.
if not, it doesn't seem like it's it's fair to remove one person. Then the black people will be like, oh, why? Because he's black. What about you, Geffner? What about this? What about Claude Francois? What about that one? What about Elvis Presley? What about all these people? What about Woody Allen? What about all these people? Now everybody, like, you open the Pandora box. And that's a problem. All these platforms, they are playing a very dangerous game, because if you do for one and you don't do for the rest, then the rules become muddy. And
Well,
but the problem is when you want to explain this to people, you just want to tell them, listen, I'm not saying that the guy is innocent. Listen, if it's proven that he did all the horrible things that you say he did, listen, some things the whole world knew. 30 years later, everybody wakes up, no problem. But if you have like new evidence and people, and listen, put him away, no problem. Like, nobody is saying that he should be free or whatever, or nobody's saying that. We're talking about the platforms deplatforming the guy. But you cannot even say that, and somebody will come to you with all the usual bullshit points, like, you have a daughter. What about your daughter? What if he was your daughter? What if he was your sister? What if he was Listen, I would want to kill him as well. I probably would do. But still, it doesn't mean that I would want to decide for other people what they can or cannot listen. That's where we are moving to a place that can become very dangerous, because anybody can go back to snippets of everything that you said, every joke that you ever said, anything, and just decide, hey, I don't like this joke. So you are transphobic, you homophobic, you this, you that. Listen, sometimes me and you and I, we are talking with a friend, and I make a joke about him and his group, and I don't care, because we are, listen, you can joke about me, I can joke about you, we can, as long as we know it's a joke. But then that's the thing. Today, if you tell the people that you are this, and the thing is funny, like, you say something on Twitter, and then you're gonna argue with strangers. You're gonna argue with strangers who sometimes you don't even know their age, you don't even know their experience. They might be 15 years old that are just fighting for a cause, trying to be, dreaming of a world that doesn't exist, the world of utopia. And they're gonna start going with the emotions straight. And you actually cannot have conversation with people, because they're gonna have all the talking points that they have been given by whoever. And yeah, all they think is, if I don't agree with you, I'm gonna insult you. If I don't agree with you, I want to try to cancel you. And that's scary to me. It's a scary world.
and they think they're better than the ones that they're trying to cancel. They're doing the same thing. Actually, they're even probably worse. And it's funny because I was saying that to somebody earlier. I said, whether you're on the extreme right or the extreme left, you're still at the extreme, and you're always going to meet each other. You're always going to end up doing the same thing. But you'll think that because from your position, you're doing better than the other, because your reasons are better than theirs. Who the fuck you think you are?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is... Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. And yeah, sometimes your certain jokes, can offend people. And if you offended somebody, well, sorry I offended you, but it's clearly,
joke. Yeah.
not something that I mean to say, oh, I hate this. No, it's just I'm cracking a joke. wasn't probably tasteful to you, but some other people liked it. Why
Yeah.
do we have this community of people feel like because they think that one thing is going a certain way should be a certain way, then everyone else should think that way? Like, no, man. Like this uniformity, and at the same time, they are the very
Mm,
people that are trying to fight against this uniformization of thinking. So it's like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
want people to
Diversity. We
do
want
this,
diversity.
but then,
They want a
man,
uniform thought. You know.
no, we just want to be accepted for who we are. Yeah, but you are accepted. Who is actually technically who is? Yeah, well, how can you say that? You know, we are being persecuted in this and that country. Okay, well, all right, yeah, you're right. You're not saying that, but I'm. Yeah, but you see, what you said is so dangerous. Like, oh my god, you know, the platform Kaysha is.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I mean, everything I did was before the days of cameras.
Nowadays, it doesn't mean much. If somebody just decides to just drop whatever bullshit, it's done.
That's
At
true.
least for a couple of weeks. But the
But that's
sad
the
thing is that
thing.
they're taking like the catalog of R. Kelly that they're taking off, like that's how his family is going to be able to survive, man. Like, do they think about the impact on his kids? They are not responsible for what he's done. Like,
Not listen.
why doing that, man? Like, it makes no
Not
fucking
even.
sense.
Not. I mean, his kid, of course. But let's not. Not even his kids. Let's talk about everybody who have been living from. Let's say you're an engineer or you are a pianist, and you take 10% from 20 songs where you just play the keyboards, or you co-compose something, or you co-wrote something, and this was the way that you lived from that copyright money, and all of a sudden this is gone. A lot of, like, it's not just one person who lives from that, and
Exactly, it's
but
so many people.
people are so short sighted
Stupidity, man.
that they just want. I really believe that the the people on the internet have given too much power to people who,
Mentally unstable people.
yeah,
They who don't know how to handle such a tool. When you have a voice, you're speaking, cool, but there's consequences to your actions. Anybody must assume them. But what the fuck are they doing, man? I thought, as you said, man. Let's say you wrote like 10 songs with this guy, and in those 10 songs, like you were probably making, it was helping you literally pay you know, your
rent.
house or your rent or whatever. Like, dude, do you imagine the distress you find yourself in now? On top of
Yep.
this whole COVID situation.
But these
You
people
see,
will tell you
they're
that it's
hurting
dirty
more
money.
people than they're not hurting just the perpetrators of what it is that they're trying to cancel or who it is that they're trying to cancel. They're hurting everyone that's associated to that person. So it's like basically, if I kill somebody, then you're automatically a killer yourself because you're my friend. Like, oh no, well, shit can unfortunately happen. What are we gonna do? Is it my fault? No, it's not. I mean,
They don't care.
they don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
No, you will be deplatformed. They'll send emails to YouTube. Oh
And
my god.
I believe there's a responsibility on those platforms who cave to the demands of all these groups, the fans of X, the yeah, everybody that believe that they are part of a minority. There's always like a moment where somebody comes in and they say that, I'm offended, deplatform that person. And it's very interesting how the people who are not gonna be the victims, if I can say, if it's not the right word, but it's not the right word. The people who are gonna be yeah, who gonna suffer the consequences of these actions most of the time are not really the people who are concerned. Because it's the same thing somebody was saying today. It was very interesting what they were saying. Somebody was saying that a lot of people have been saying, like in the US, for example, defund the police. Defund the police, da 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 da. All right. But those people, most of these people, they make money. They make enough money that if there's no police anymore, these people will go and hire private security. Ideology is great, but there's a point where the real life, the people who will suffer the consequence of the real life are the people who don't have enough money to, to suffer the consequences of that. Because when there's going to be no police in the street, people are going to be turning back to the animals they are without rules.
Oh my God, how dare you call people animals?
Do what I want, I'm K. So, and listen, this is a real problematic issue.
It's problematic. Even you're scared to say words, man. Like,
I'm not.
I mean,
listen,
not you, but I'm just
it's
saying.
Funny
like,
how
can
you know.
Imagine, like anything you can say can be held literally against you.
Yeah, because they cut things, but listen, I mean, not everybody was happy, and that's the interesting part. I think all the big social media have been infected by all these little groups of activists who want to use all these platforms to support their vision of the truth. And there's nobody who is in place yet, and it's gonna arrive, to do the balance between, to tell people, oh, calm down. And that's the real problem right now. A lot of these people, they just arrive here and they take decisions quickly because of, PC culture, cancel culture. Oh, listen, we don't want to be seen as, let's just, and no, because at a point you are pissing a lot of people. And what's gonna happen is that there's gonna be a rebalance of things where either some people will create platforms where at least you can say that you don't agree with some things. It's not to say that you're gonna have platforms where you can be a racist, etc., etc. That's not what I'm saying. But at least you can say,
even these people, whether you like it or not, need to express themselves. You may condemn everything they say, but
and
the fuck thing is gonna happen. If you can push everybody to speak and express themselves.
The thing is this: what people have to understand is freedom of speech. It doesn't mean that because you're free to speak that there's not going to be consequences to what you say. You can go to jail because of things that you say.
Exactly.
But those people, they want to go to the next level, which is, I don't want you to be able to say anything.
You cannot speak. Hi.
It's complicated.
It's okay. Thank you.
And to me, it's crazy how, in the same vein, like when people are angry about something, now what they want is people to be removed from the conversation completely, and to not be able to have anywhere where they can speak. And this is called censorship. It's only when it's done to them that they understand. Only when they get deplatformed that they understand what it is to have your whole, sometimes it's your whole livelihood. You're gonna be here, you don't know how many people are being fed by this, and you don't care. All you want is for your own happiness, is that nobody listens to the thing that you decide that you don't want to take. And something very interesting as well to me is that the first people to throw the stones at you, usually in our community, is us.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
One girl, a friend of mine, she sent me a message yesterday. She said, I regret. I'm like, what do you regret? Oh, no, I regret. I was first in line throwing the stones. I was like, no, I want him to be mute. I want this, I want that. And now that they're like, I just wanted him to be in jail, actually. But now that he's not only in jail, but also all his music disappeared, she was telling me, damn, I'm like, I regret, because I realized what it is. And I realized that, listen, they can remove Tupac as well. They can remove everybody at this point, because it's a weapon of...
People have done a lot of shit, man.
And listen, like I told her, my reply to her was like, bien fait pour ta gueule. Well done, bravo. Now you guys understand that you are giving power to emotions. And before taking decisions, a platform like YouTube, which is... it's a platform that where we are, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all these people cannot all go in one direction and just decide that, oh, yeah, in our platform, this, boom. And then everybody decide to remove one person because of emotion. And I had that same feeling, even if it's different, but I had that same feeling when Trump was removed from all the platforms. I was like, guys, this is dangerous. It's a precedent. It's still a president. You might not like him, but it's still a president. And you are... the power of emotion should not be more powerful than what it is to be a president, because it means that, yeah, anybody can just come and yeah, you can remove tweets. You can say, oh no, listen, this tweet goes against this, etc. I understand. Like and like I was saying at that point, it's private platforms. They do what they want. The problem is those private platforms. So I'm moving a little bit my opinion now. Those private platforms have a huge impact on what we listen to.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If we play right now a song by R. Kelly, this show is going to be removed.
I mean, I don't have any.
Well, but I'm asking just a question. So basically, he became like the new, like, what, Satan? What is he? Like, yeah, he's done what he's done, but like his music is... What is this, man? What is this fucking society we live in, man? But yet they're not going to cancel Woody Allen. They're not going to cancel fucking Daniel Cohn-Bendit or any of these guys who openly speak about how much they love virgin women or fuck Claude François. Well, he's long dead, but anyway, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Like, really? You're not going to talk about that? You're not going to complain about that? We have. Okay. All right.
It's that's where you are setting a precedent, and you're gonna have more and more people coming with their documentaries, and from a documentary, your life can be fucked forever, whether you are innocent or not. And if you're not, I mean, hey, listen, justice is justice. But then, does it really have something to do with the choice that you are giving to people to listen to music or not? And that's where, to me, when I used to buy my own CDs, if I wanted to cancel somebody, I would take my CD with everybody that agrees with me. We would take our CD and we would destroy it and then put everything in the trash. But it was a personal decision to boycott a product, boycott somebody, and he had some power. We are boycotting whatever company because we decide that we are stopping, we don't buy anymore. But it was us, the consumers, who had the decision. And those who didn't care, or those who cared about the thing but said, I agree with y'all, but I still want to listen to my CD. I bought it, it's mine, it's my decision what I listen to or not. They could keep their CD and listen to it in the comfort of their homes. Today, because we gave all these power to the platforms, they can just decide one day, no more R. Kelly for you. And boom, you have like, and a lot of those people are celebrating right now because they don't realize what they've done. Because they're drunk on their power, they're happy about their power, and if you tell them anything that you disagree, that you don't think it's fine, whatever, they will come to you and say that you support a rapist, that this, that, which is completely not what you do. But when it's another, and the same people, when it's another, and the same platforms, when it's Polanski, they will say, oh, listen, the man and his art have to be separated. It's not the same thing, blah, 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 blah. Listen, decide once and for all what are the rules, because you cannot have one rules for one person and rules for another person. This is what we call an unbalanced and unfair state of affairs, and we need a balanced, level playing field, so that if the rules are like this now, they have to work for everybody. But then you have to remove so much music of platforms. There's too much music that you have to remove. So setting an example of out of one person is dangerous, because if he says today, I'll give you an example. Let's say that Mr. Robert Kelly, he said, oh, okay, you know what I'm going to do? There's a safe in this house, on this place. You will find a hard drive, and in this drive, there's a bunch of video. They are copy protected. The code is this. There's a bunch of photos, videos of all the orgies I did all around the year with such and such and such and such and such. Photos are there. Videos are there. You will see all these people, politicians, other singers, these, that, all these people who are not there saying nothing. There you go. And you expose everybody. Are we removing everybody? Like,
Oh,
so
no, but
that's where.
they'll say that Hall is just doing that to revenge himself. They'll find new excuses to.
But and the thing
I
is
think
this,
they're gonna love it. It's gonna be more people to cancel. So, yeah, Pac-Man.
and that's the thing, because at a point, as a platform, you have to, it's something I love about YouTube, where I don't agree with this decision here, but something that I like about YouTube, when it comes to dispute, if you and I are disputing the same content, the same song on YouTube, they will not take sides, because they say we are the platform and we cannot be the judge and the jury and the arbitre at the same time. So they say, listen, we're gonna block the money that is here. The whole time this video is making money, we're gonna block that money. It's gonna stay there. The video is gonna keep making money, but none of you two will make the money. We're gonna let you resolve your dispute. We're gonna let you talk to your lawyers, whatever is the way that you resolve your dispute. And once you guys decide, hey, listen, the track belongs to Bodhisattva or belongs to Kaysha, we will release all the money that is in escrow back to Body if you guys decide that the song
Yeah,
belongs to
yeah,
Body,
yeah.
then we will send the money to whoever is the owner, the final owner,
Yeah.
and good, and nobody has problems, and we as a platform don't choose sides. And this is why I don't understand how they know how they do usually, but on that particular moment they want to side with, yeah, they want to be on the right side of history or whatever,
Yeah.
you know
I mean, I understand.
those
I mean, sometimes it makes sense, but it's an amalgamation of so many, like, as you said earlier, personal agendas and emotion based sort of like
if you
decisions.
would if you are the platform, you have a responsibility. You say, listen, as a platform, you will say, listen, no racism, no this, no that. All right. But let's say that I'm gonna take a horrible example. Let's say that somebody is a known Nazi, right? This show will be demonetized. This is for sure, because you know that YouTube, they while we are doing a live show, they listen to all the words, right? While you are doing the live, and at the end of your live, it tells you, yeah, this show is not monetized. But hey, it's fine. This is the conversation. Let's say that person is, yeah, it's Nazi, and he has horrible things he says at home, or when he's in manifestations, whatever. But let's say that on YouTube, all he does is comical content. You're gonna Why you remove him? What does it have to do with what he says at home? And that's the problem as a platform. You have to. It's difficult questions, but you have to ask these questions and think about them in a sage way, in a wise way.
Wiser. Yeah.
Not just come and say, we don't want. And you'll see. Those things they might re-put those videos. They might be like, yeah, maybe we went too far, or maybe the person who was there went too fast. Too fast.
True.
Because sometimes those people now who are on those level of decision, executive levels on those platforms, they have the agenda too. And it's complicated.
Very complicated.
It is.
It's and it's like it's just like power. Oh, not even power. It's just like being a leader, right? You cannot understand what it is to be a leader if you've never exercised any position or never take to well any responsibility that forced you to sort of like motivate, empower, people, and sometimes also set people straight. And it's like when you're trying to set the record straight about your story or what it is there that you say, your sensitivity, or it might be a topic that you like, for example, what we're talking about now. They can just take, I mean, not necessarily because we're not saying anything bad, but let's say somebody doesn't just like you because, I don't like you. Okay, what have I done to you? I just don't fucking like you. Okay.
But you're doing it here first.
And it's like they're cutting past and say, look,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
said
yeah.
this,
Look what he
that.
said.
He said,
And because you just put the headlines, people might not even play the snippet.
it's like
They will just look at the headlines. X defends R. Kelly, and then you have a bunch of strangers who come and they start going crazy on you. And
yeah, you never know, never probably even heard R. Kelly's music, and they're like, yeah, whatever. They're not even from culture itself. And I think a lot of people that
yeah, mm-hmm,
do this shit
yeah.
is just like, yeah, man. I don't know what you guys are trying to prove. Maybe some ego trip or whatever it might be, but it's just like I mean, obviously, a lot. I mean, of course, not to say that everything is not tangible and not like great causes. Like there are indeed things that needs to be addressed and people that need to be handled one way or the other. But to
Him
cancel
for the
everything
case.
is like, I mean, that's like when they try to like you were just talking about Hitler and any horrible things that has happened that has been done is going to be studied one way or the other. Some people will want to understand. Some people will actually go and read
Yeah,
certain things that you don't want them to read.
yeah.
And so, what is this? Are we getting back to the whole the old era of like only being allowed to read certain type of magazines from certain sources, or consume certain type of information from certain sources, and if you go outside of that lane, then you know what, you are a deviant, and
Dangerous.
you need to be handled and put back into line. This is the way we're going in.
You
So,
remember, like, it's the same as, I mean, um, it's an egregious example, but it's the same as going to some countries and destroying libraries or destroying every art. You remember when everybody was saying that in during the, I think in Afghanistan, they just destroyed, the Taliban destroyed a bunch of statues and artifacts from the history of a country, because, and it's crazy to me how people don't see that it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just like deciding that this was not part of history. And listen, like, you might you might feel a way about everything that is just, but it's not a justification of removing history from the platforms. And this is why, to me, there's they have this is sparkling, this is creating a conversation that is needed about the platforms. What are you putting in your neck?
avec confort, je me sens toujours beaucoup mieux.
Oh là 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 là. Où est mon confort?
Ah ouais, confort là, ça va m'aider parce que là, je sens que le changement de température là, tout de
Yeah,
suite là,
yeah, I mean,
le faux de cold here is like, hey, and it's
yeah,
very
me too.
vicious. It hit me in
Yeah,
the
it is.
bones for some
It
reason.
is. Me too. It fucks me up just like that.
No, but man, and on top of that, I am tired. So
Yeah, it's no.
no, I feel like we have a topic here that's just not an easy one, and I think that it requires again to really be like, yo, man.
Emotional less.
You know what? But this is the thing, though. People are not emotionally strong enough to accept a counter proposal to their vision, and
Yeah.
it's okay. And it's okay if you don't have a comeback for it, because I mean that's like it's like trying to find common ground with somebody who hates you or hates your kind. It's okay. Like just let them be. Like what are you gonna do? Kill them? What difference is it gonna make? You're gonna reinforce more of their people. So it's like just it's cool. Y'all be you and we be us, and that's what we're gonna do.
It's very interesting how the people who are for censorship and for the idea of a single way of thinking and acceptance of everything that they deem acceptable are the progressists. It's like for them, the idea of progress is you accept everybody, you accept everything, you accept every idea that even you don't understand. And if you say, I would love to understand, they're starting to insult you, they're starting to, and if you say, okay, but I don't disagree with this, like, I don't know, listen, there was this conversation about that 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 trans woman who was not operated, so he still was a genetically with masculine genitalia, right? You have to choose your words.
Yeah, he
And
has
he
to.
went to a place where it was just women, and just women with their kids swinging your dick.
I mean, don't if it, well,
And
it was
but
probably
the
not swinging his dick, but as he walked, his dick was swinging, so he didn't purposely.
and
It's not his
and
fault or her fault, or
so some people will say we don't care. Some others will say I didn't go in a place where it's just between us who have
Some
vaginas, I guess,
genitalia. Yeah,
to with our kids to see this.
yeah.
If you completed your transition and you came here and we all naked, we don't mind. But like this, some people will be like, my kid was not ready for this. And when those people say that, they have a pushback of a bunch of people saying, this is the reason why we're getting killed in the street. So how do we have a conversation where you guys, and it's not about not that group, but where everybody, the black people, the feminists, the black feminists, the gays, the this, the Jews, the Congolese, where everybody refuses to engage in intelligent conversation, not emotional. And when we have other people who, because don't think it doesn't exist, when you have a lot of people in these groups who are not representatives of those groups, but they use the drama to get clout. Because a lot of people, they want to exist. So they know, like, there's this person who purposely goes to the women's toilet when there's women in there, etc., and they do it on purpose so that somebody gets angry, so that they can put out their camera and they can get views. This exists as well. And as a group, you have to be able to hold your own accountable too, and be able to be like, nah, we're not gonna get outraged on that. Because then what if not, what happens? You have Jussie Smollett, you have these type of people who he keeps saying he didn't lie. We all know he did. I mean, I believe he did, but hey, listen, he knows. Deep down, he knows if he did or not. But saying that he's been beaten up by Trump supporters, and those guys ended up being two Nigerian guys. And at 2 a.m., minus 20 degrees in Chicago, like, yo. But look at how everybody went crazy. That the director of Empire was crying on Instagram. Well, Ray, you like my son? And then after 2-3 days, everybody was like, wait a minute. and this is the problem of the powerful social media impact and tsunami of emotions. When you do something for emotions, and that everybody respond to this emotion, sometimes you will realize, oh shit, he was lying. It happens as well. And if we don't create a culture and platforms where there's safeguards, where a platform like YouTube, we gave you the power to decide what plays or doesn't play. You cannot abuse that power. And Twitter, all these platforms, you have to be able to say, I don't believe in what you say. You have to be able to say that and not have people saying, oh, you are victim shaming. Listen, you have the right to be able to have doubts. And then if you are proven wrong and it's proven that, there was no doubt to have, you have to be able to say, evidence shows me that I was wrong. Sorry for doubting you. I'm with you now. But we are in a world where people refuse you the possibility to grow now. Because if you said something 20 years ago, when you were young and dumb, let's say you were 18, and you run for mayor at 45, they will go there. and find. He said that. You see, he's anti-X. Come
So
on,
then,
let's
yeah.
go.
But then, we're talking about, cases where it's kind of ridiculous. But then, real cases where, for example, if somebody has a past of being like a pedophile or some fucked up shit like that, like
The church, French church,
exactement.
the French church, 300,000 kids molested in the last 70 years. Nobody said shit. And you know what the chief, I don't know how you say. I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't know the ranks, but
The
the chief
cardinal
of
or something like cardinal, I think. Yeah.
the French. He said the the confession. The confession is something that
It's
is
secret.
over French law.
No,
Isn't that what you've been complaining about the Muslim and Sharia the whole time, this last 20 years? But when it's for the church, it's fine? And you
course.
let him say that?
Of course, because the church is more. Of course, the church. Anyway, man.
Go to sleep. I'm going to talk with my people. You love to come here to fall asleep on my show.
No, I'm not falling asleep, but I realized that comfort, I rubbed my eye, so I'm starting to feel the heat in my eye. And yes, I am indeed tired. But I told you that before I came into the show. I was like,
No, I know. It was just to say happy birthday and have a conversation a bit about you. So if I get canceled, I have a friend to be canceled with.
It's okay, man. Compagnon de misfortune aussi. Even the fortune.
Figure it out. We'll take our people wherever, even if we have to build our own platform.
Ah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, All right, man. Happy birthday.
Merci beaucoup, Papa K. Merci beaucoup. Sing la Migi. Thank you to the whole Shada gang for the birthday wishes indeed.
Yep, and we are living in 7 days, 1 week.
Yes, we are going to a lovely place.
Yep. We're going to Africa together to shoot a video for the brand new album. So we'll probably have a week without Club Shada next week, and or maybe we'll pre-record. We'll see, or maybe we'll be live from out there, depending on if I take my material. So we'll see. All right, have a good night, and we talk tomorrow.
Si, good night, everyone. Peace. Ne soyez pas cancel, hein. Faut pas vous cancel.
Vraiment.
Ciao. Ciao.
That's called anger issues. Yeah. Nice new profile picture, by the way. That's the thing, is like a lot of people are angry and they go online to lash out on all kind of subjects. It feels like everybody needs their daily amount of craziness to talk about. And it's very scary for me. This is the proposal of this world where, you know, the Americans, the way they talk about China, as if China was a uniform thing, like as if Chinese people were not, like, I think there's probably around a minimum of 100 different religions in China. On the far west, they have Muslims in this place. They have Catholics there, Confucius. They have all the traditional Chinese religions. They have Buddhism on the southwest. On the east is more one part, like, and even the people of China, they all look different, right? When you hear America talk about China, they say, oh, it's one blob of communism and no freedom of speech. And they don't have Facebook, they don't have Twitter, blah, 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 blah. The internet don't arrive there. The real news, which is our news, don't arrive there. So listen, it's and everybody is filmed, and everybody has a social point. So like at a point, if you lose all your social points, you cannot even take the train. Blah 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 blah. This is what they say. Isn't this what you are doing now? With just in a different way. You are just arriving from another angle, and you're doing the same exact shit. Everything you say on the platforms can be or will be used against you one day by groups of people who have an agenda. And if you agree with them, they will not care about you. If you disagree with them, they will insult you. And they are giving a bad habit to a lot of people. A lot of people now, if you just emit a doubt on Twitter, on YouTube, the first thing they do is either insult you or either go through the bullet points of the different, what about it? If it was your daughter, if it was your brother, if it was your family, what about, yes, this, that. Oh, you are supporting a criminal, etc. No, I'm not supporting. I can be nuanced, and I can understand that I agree with you. When somebody is guilty of something, it has to be dealt with the law. The law said something. The judge decided something. Apparently, there was enough evidence. There was enough witnesses. I didn't follow the whole trial, so listen. I was shocked on some of the chief of accusations. I was really like, wait, he did that? Like, because I know, yeah, there's all the things that I knew, but then when you talk about like having a ring, etc., like if he's like a real gangster, I didn't know about all that, and I was shocked, and I was like, I was disgusted about that. But it doesn't change my point of view on the responsibility of the platforms, because it's the difference if a judge goes and say part of the verdict, we decide that the music has to be removed, or if the record company themselves, whatever, somebody else than the platforms, they take the decision to remove the music for whatever the reason, legal dispute, etc. This is not incumbent to the platforms. The platform will do what they are told to do. But on this case, the platform go from a decision that is a decision about something, and they just say, well, listen, we feel like all these songs are about what we decide that we feel. So we want to remove all the songs because they are in violation of our terms of service. Yeah, what article, where, how? And so, listen, like I said, Tupac, everybody's hero, has been condemned as well. So, we're removing him as well. A lot of your heroes were drug dealers before becoming big rock star or rap stars or house music stars. A lot of them were drug dealers. They say in the songs. Do we remove them as well? And what I'm talking about is more, it's not my disdain of the decision, is me being scared about the precedent it's and what it is starting. And listen, when you open the Pandora box, the demons come out, and you have to really be be careful when you take decisions. And I think that this society, in this day of age, people are not careful anymore. People, they feel something, they go on Twitter, they don't, and boom. And listen, you have to see what happened to Chrissy Teigen. It could be you. She was one of the queens of cancel culture, canceling people, waking up every day being angry about something, until all her old tweets got back to bite her in the ass. And all of you people who are watching here, who go on Twitter to insult other people, you don't know. Maybe you are 15 years old, maybe you're 25, maybe you're 30. Let's say that in 20 years, you are 35, 45, 55, 65, and you want to run for office or something, become a mayor, or maybe you run a company. You run a big company, or you become a star for whatever, music, movie, Disney, whatever. And people go back to the things you were saying in your tweets when you were defending the victims, where you were defending your cause, whatever you believed in. But people say, look at the way he's aggressive, insult people. You might taste your own medicine. Be careful. Be careful. I order all these CDs that I didn't have if music is removed from the internet. I don't think I have any. I might have R. I think it's the only album that I had, but I think I dropped all my CDs when I was just on Spotify. So, and I mean, I don't really listen to his music like that. I used to. I just stopped, not because of all this. It's just because I just started listening to something else. But yeah, listen. If I wanted to listen to his music, I would have to search now on net. I mean, listen, on the internet, it's easy to find stuff. You can find anything you want on the internet. So, but on the major platforms, you can't. But yeah, listen, I don't have CD players anymore. Anyway, sorry. I mean, I believe that your friend circle, you guys are young as well. You're in your 20s, so he's not as relevant in your friend circles as somebody like, say, I don't know, 6ix9ine or I don't know, like Lil Nas X, like artists of this generation. So, you know. Cancel culture, cancel the communication between people, the dialogue. That is very true and very deep, Julie. I do agree. We have to talk about Stevie Music's feeling on Twitter. They really try to cancel him every time he posts about R. Kelly. The thing is, I think he said everything he had to say about it, and he doesn't need to double down every time. I understand he stands on his ground, but he's the example of everything. He's the example of you say something and people don't care about what you're saying. Because the reason that they're trying to cancel him have nothing to do with what he's saying. He's not saying that, if I understood what he says, I mean, from our conversation, he's not saying that he's defending his actions. He's just saying that removing his work from the platforms is a dangerous precedent. Listen, everybody's going to wake up from this one day. In a few years, or maybe in a few months, and people are going to realize this is problematic because somebody has to check the platforms. Listen, if you are the person who decide who can talk, who cannot talk, who can have your art displayed, and who cannot, somebody has to check you. Somebody has to come to you and tell you, why did you take that decision? Oh, because he did that. Yeah, what does it have to do with art? Oh, yeah, because he's the guy, so we don't want him on the platform. Okay, all right. So why you have all these other people that are being condemned as well? Why are all there? All of them. Why are they there? And somebody has to ask you, because once you open a new set of rules, if you don't apply them to everybody, it means, people can see you as choosing sides. And if you are the platform, you're not supposed to choose sides. It's very important. And all our people are blinded by their emotions, blinded by their anger, blinded by whatever that blinds them, and they are not seeing this. So they will come to you with the usual points. You are defending it. Nobody's defending nobody. Fuck him. He's guilty. That's done. Like, still, we're talking about the decisions of the different platforms. After that, once this is said and done, the platforms are just covering themselves. They don't care. The platforms don't care if you listen to R. Kelly or not. They just don't want to have groups of people flooding their platform and saying, oh, you are defending that, because they're scared. But I've been telling people, there's going to be a point where people who invest money in these platforms, people who are these platforms, people who do festivals, are going to be tired of being held hostage by whatever shit the artists do and whatever shit the public respond to. If I invest $1 million in making a festival, whatever festival, and one of the person that is in the lineup gets canceled in the middle of my festival being in 10 days, and to cover my tracks, I have to remove that person, I'm losing a lot of money, because a lot of people they came to see that artist. So those people, they might ask to be there to have their ticket refunded. And now all of a sudden, I ended up maybe having a festival that should have cost me $1 million, and it cost me $1,200,000 because of all the logistic and whatever, removing an artist, maybe taking another one. We paid the artist 50% already, and maybe we don't have a close, so we cannot get a 50% back. So now we fucked. At a point, those people will be like, wait a minute, like, it costs too much money. All your bullshit, all your emotions cost us too much money, because we have to remove stuff that is bringing us money. We have to remove this. We have to remove artists. We have to remove shows from Netflix. We have to, like, every time somebody is angry, without even looking at the whole show, without even trying to understand anything. Yeah, they come to us. They're like, you have to remove. We exist. We want you to remove. We don't care. Please watch the whole show. Watch it clearly, calmly, and come back to say, no, we don't want to watch nothing. We know, well, it's comedy, guys. No, this is a farce. This is hate. These guys did under comedy. It's like, no, it's not. We say it is. Oh, you don't agree with us? Are you okay? I boycott Netflix. No more Netflix for me. And then they come back a month later, because their emotion only lasts a few weeks. And one day, somebody, listen, you can believe me, you can not believe me, but trust me, most of the time when I say something's gonna happen, they do happen. One day, there's gonna be a big pushback from the artists, from the platforms, from the media. People are gonna say, we are tired of being held hostage by all these hostile groups that wants to be the center of conversation all the time. The blacks, the gays, the trans, the Asians, the Congolese, the French, the Cameroonians, the Muslims. Like, listen, there's gonna be a point when people are gonna be listening. We all live together, and we always have to lose money because those people are only interested in the money, the platforms. We are tired to lose money because of your emotions. So you know what? You can yell, you can remove us. Okay. This is the door. Just like the boss of Spotify did with the Joe Rogan thing. People inside of the editorial wanted to remove some episodes of the podcast because they didn't like the guest. And he told people, this is the door. We bought this content and we will play this content. If politically you don't like this content, this is not your job. Here, you're in a private company and we express the views of everybody that is not extreme. And we deem that this person, even if he's completely the opposite of what you think, he has the right to speak. Yeah, but this is the door. Mark my words, we'll come back to this episode when this happens. Platforms, people who make money from that are starting to be tired of all the activists who are hijacking the conversation. It's important to be an activist. It's important to move culture. But you cannot become the tyrant that you swore to defend us again. I'm an artist. Listen, I don't have skeletons in my closet. There's no like crazy things that I did myself because I'm not into these things. But you realize that every one of us, this happened to me already in my life. Not in the internet, but in real life, where there's a rumor about you. When somebody invents something about you from nowhere, just because they are trying to be in the conversation, and you have to defend yourself on something that you know you didn't do, and you have people who already have judged you and already decided that you are guilty without even listening to you, and they start insulting you, they start this, that. And when you come, and it happened to me, when I came and I said, look, listen, it's very simple. I cannot have done this because this, according to the story, happened in Paris. And on that whole week, I was in fucking Congo. Yeah, listen. Where's the person who said that? Go ahead, explain to me. Listen, to give you an example, a real example. So I had my ex-girlfriend that I lived with in Paris for 3 years. She was friends with a group of people who were in music. And then so she went to see these friends, right? And when she arrived, the friends tell her, yo, there's this girl who says that she had sex with your man. And she's there, she's telling us the story of how this happened. And she said that, yeah, I was here, I met Kaysha in a club, blah, 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 blah. And I knew he had a girl, I know who she was because she's your friend. But you know what? He arrived and he said, well, I love you, I like you, blah, 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 blah. And then we went outside of the club. He had this huge limousine that we went to the limousine, and on my way to getting me home, he fucked me in the limousine. So my ex was like, wait, what? Limousine? First of all, that's not his style, but okay. When? And she says, so the friend tell her that the girl said it was like it happened like 2 days ago. And my ex says, well, Kaysha went to Amsterdam. No, I was in New York. Kaysha went to New York like 6 days ago, and he's only coming back in 4 days. So he's in New York. Are you sure that she says that it happened on 2 days ago? And so the guy asked the girl, because the girl was there in their house. Are you sure it was 2 days ago? Are you sure? Yeah, it was 2 days ago. This club, blah, blah, blah. So my ex says, I'm on my way. She takes a taxi and she goes there. So the girl was talking, telling her story about whatever happened with me, right? And my girl arrives in the place. And they said, hey, do you know her? And they're like, I'm not sure. I think I saw her somewhere. Yeah, listen. This is Kaysha's girlfriend. So go ahead. Tell her your story. Oh, no, I was extrapolating a little bit because, but no, that's not what I meant. But no, but actually, like, it's something that I wished happened. But like, I don't know, because, And my ex just said, like, give me one reason to not beat you up. No, but I have a lot of respect for you and Kay, but I'm a big fan of him. So no, what I was telling was more fantasy. Blah, blah. I'm gonna beat you up. Listen, when she told me that story, I was like, what the hell? How is this possible? How is it possible that I'm in New York? So she called me. I was like, I have a story to tell you. The story's crazy. I was like, what's going on? And she started telling me this, that, this girl. Do you know this girl called whatever? I said, yeah, I think she told me she's a singer or something. So I go to my Instagram. I think, yeah, it was Instagram already. I go to my Instagram and I show her the direct messages from the girl. So listen, she tell me she's a singer. She loves to go to the studio with me one day. But then she was like, oh yeah, you know my friend who's the manager of this artist? I said, yeah. So they were at the dinner, blah, blah, blah. She tells me the whole story. I was like, nah, wait, I never saw her in my life. And she was like, yeah, but hey, lucky for you and for me, she was telling her story in front of my friends. And my friends, they actually called me and asked me where I was and where you were. And I said you were in New York for a week. So then I just went there. I beat her ass. I was like, well, she deserved that shit. Hello, Chris. Oh my God. That's crazy. What up, Paul? Yeah, maybe they will. I think they did it already. Let me see. Let me try. It's still on Spotify. All right. So it's just YouTube. Good. Yeah, we'll see. I think they're waiting, and they're smart to wait. Ain't that crazy? That's true what you're saying. A whole mess what people have become. I do agree. Hey. Listen, being famous means attracting everyone, especially crazy people. This is so true. You hear, you don't want to, you mean no harm to nobody. You just chilling, and all of a sudden you have people who invent stories about you. And it's scary because like you never know who will believe the things. You know, you never know. Like in terms of yeah, in terms of just emotionally, if your girl don't have friends who are protecting them, if it's friends who, let's say the same story happens with people who are angry at her, this can destroy your couple. This can destroy your relationship with that person, where based on a lie. And that's the problem to me with a lot of these people. A lot of people, they don't realize the harm they can do to relationships, and they don't care. And yeah, listen, if my ex didn't have that person and she didn't show up, the girl would be there lying about a limo. Listen, I'm not into limos, first of all. And I'm not gonna take some girl that I don't know in a limo when I just met her. Makes no sense. But listen, the story was amazing. Some people were believing in it. Some people were like, nah, really? Until my ex shows up, and they're like, yeah, tell the whole story to his girl now. Oh no, but there you go. And I think a lot of people, and we see it with the Jussie Smollett story, who still claims he's innocent or whatever, that this whole bullshit happened. You have people who are willing to do anything for clout, for fame, who are willing to say anything, and they walk free. And this is dangerous as well. To me, we have to be in a world where everybody can talk, but people have to be held accountable for the things they say. When they come and they say something that is not true, they have to face the consequences of that. Everybody. So that the people who are the real victims will have a safe space to speak, cleaned up from all the liars and the people who are here for clout, who are trying to exist in this. And you have to really understand how social media created a world where a lot of people are trying to exist through all that as well. A lot of people are trying to exist through drama, through all this. A lot of people are trying to exist through outrage. People have become professionals of being pissed at something. And in my opinion, this is not safe for them. This is not safe for your mental health and for your health in general. If you are stressed too much from everything that happens around you, you're gonna end up hurting yourself or creating hypertension, stress, and you will, Lil Mauro. What up, brother? Thank you for the super chat. Merci Mingi. Guys, my single with Lil Mauro is coming out on October 22nd. And it's gonna be, is it October 22nd? Wait, let me look at the agenda. Yep, October 22nd. And it's gonna be perfection. So just get ready for that one. And yeah, listen, in the world of music, I've seen a fair share of liars and a fair share of people who use emotion to destroy the life of others just because they are trying to achieve what they want to achieve. I've seen a lot of artists like that, and I believe that people are fighting the good fight. People are being activists for the right causes, but they are not using the right tools and the right weapons. Canceling people doesn't really work. It doesn't teach. It creates anger more than anything. It creates resentment, not letting people learn and grow and change to be better people. You are just making them pissed at you because they might have lost their job, they might have lost this. Some people deserve it. That's a certainty. Like all those Karens that call the police on black people for no reason, and they get recorded, and they pretend that they're scared or whatever when they lose their job. Yeah, they deserve it. But then they have to learn the lesson, and they have to be able to not only learn from it, I hope sincerely, right? And then grow from it. You have to let them grow so that maybe in 10 years, yeah, listen, they might even be able to be friends with the people and be like, listen, I fucked up. I fucked up. I did something. I'm ashamed of it. Yeah, listen, I fucked up. What did you learn from this? I learned that. And listen, I was wrong on that count. And then I lost my job, and etc. My life was hell. But let them learn. Nah, people nowadays, death threats. They find your address, they post your address, then they go to your address. Like witch hunts. Guys, calm down. Like whatever your fight is, if you're fighting for the rights of any group that you feel is, that is threatened, that needs to exist, that the people that just want to exist, try to, sometimes you have to put your fist on the table, but if you put your fist on the table every day, you might have people who are gonna be like, I don't want to hear about those people anymore. I'm tired of them. And some people are tired already. Listen, I said it, you will see. Pushback will happen. The platforms, all these places will be like, we don't know. And YouTube might even reverse the situation, because pressure could come. Like it's very interesting, because on the case of R. Kelly, it is so complicated to come and disagree with their decision as a platform, because people, anything you say that don't go to that way, they will say you are defending a rapist. So he's the perfect person that people will just decide that they want to remove him. But when you think about it, as a, it opens a conversation that you must have. And I believe that, it's just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The first 2-3 days, emotions, everybody was believing her. Everybody was like, what? People ask what the color of the kid? And me, I was like, well, my mom is half Portuguese. I'm a fourth Portuguese, a 3/4 Congolese. My dad is Congolese. My grandma has, I think, Italian's origin or something. My wife is 50% Guinea-Bissau. Her mom is 50% Russian, from Belarusian. So my mother-in-law is blonde with blue eyes. My mom is light skin, half Portuguese and Congolese. I have some of my nephews, my sister's kid. One is exactly like my daughter. They look alike, and the other one, he looks like a Pasadena, or like he looks like an Indian. He has like curly. He has like the hair of a Brazilian person, and he has the skin of an Indian. And so the conversation I had with my wife and with the Russian grandma, the Belarusian grandma, was, oh yeah, I wonder how she's gonna look like. She might have your eyes, blue eyes, green eyes, or she might have my hair, or the hair of my wife, or the hair of. And I don't see where's the problem of asking the question. And then I thought I was alone, and all of a sudden, a bunch of videos and a bunch of people starting being like, yeah, but what is racist in the question? And then the pushback happened. And I think those were the first one of the next era that we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in an era of people who gonna be just tired of cancellation of people every day, of not being able to say anything. You know, it's important. Hey, thank you so much, Mountain. And we are with you. You know, we understand that it's a moment, and you know, we talked on the phone. So yeah, blessings to everybody, blessing to the whole family, and I hope you guys are fine. I had your brother on the phone, but I have to call you. I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah, you know, so that's what I had to say. I'm scared when the chat just stops. Give me some unicorns. Give me some unicorns in the chat if the subject was interesting to you, and also, of course, Mountain of Inspiration. We all, if you go up in the chat, everybody sent you their regards, and you know, we all sent a bunch of candles to accompany Mama Joe. Yeah, so you know, that's all I had to say for today about the cancel culture. And it's funny how I just want to talk about another thing, but I think I'm gonna keep it for Wednesday, since you know I want to keep the show around 2 hours. I think it's fine. 2 hours is nice when I don't have a guest. But I don't want to make it too long. But listen, let me talk about it, or maybe I'm gonna keep it for next time. I don't know. I want to talk about. Let me go ahead. You know, because I don't want to talk about it like too far away from the event. So let me go ahead. So it was Monday, last Monday. It was a week ago, right? That Facebook died for 7 hours. And I think this goes into the conversation, in my opinion. I've been saying for a long time that the platforms have betrayed us. But this is very interesting. What happened for now is that for a lot of people, for a lot of people, wait. Yeah, for a lot of people, you know what happened? There's a woman. So what happened with Facebook? Apparently, what they say is that it was not a cyber attack, but somebody did a misconfiguration of the DNS. So what the DNS is? The DNS is the route that decide how you go from your browser, Safari or Chrome, to a website. And the DNS is usually handled by companies like NetSolution, Hover, etc. And so the people who have their own websites, they know. But Facebook have their own DNS. It's a huge company. They have their own servers, and apparently somebody misconfigured the DNS preferences, which destroyed the whole thing, which made the servers impossible to attain. And because the whole Facebook group runs on those servers, even people who could not put their badge in to enter the servers because the DNS didn't work. So it's imagine if you are trying to recuperate the website to enter a website, and you are trying to recuperate your password to enter a website, and they tell you, well, listen, yeah, you can enter, but first you have to answer some security question in this email. That is your email that we have on file, and maybe you lost that email or you don't have access to this email long time ago, and you end up there with no possibility. So this happened to me once with Kaysha.com actually, and then I could not access Kaysha.com, so I lost love@Kaysha.com, which is my email. And because I could not access this, I could not access any email sent to love@Kaysha.com, and all my emails are sent to love@Kaysha.com. Then they go to my Gmail. So all of a sudden I was locked from everything, and because of that, all my websites stopped working, and all my access to every account, because my Kaysha.com was from an old company that the email that was there was Kaysha@organizebambino.com, which was my old website. And I didn't change it because I had that since '96. And I end up having to go back to Network Solution, calling them, explaining to them the situation, going back to the servers that I still own. I had to go back to organizebambino.com that I still had, lucky me, and then reactivate the email there so I can recuperate the thing. So then I could enter the DNS service, and then I could change everything back to love@Kaysha.com or sushiraw@gmail.com, so that I could go back to take back control of my DNS, which made love@Kaysha.com and Kaysha.com active again. Then I could reactivate my Tumblr, which is the sushiraw website. It's a Tumblr site. Then I could activate Kaysha.com again. Then I could receive email. Then I could enter all my website that send me security on that email. Listen, that was crazy. Those were the things where I don't take a shower for 2 days because I'm just in front of the computer, and I said nobody can talk to me, and I'm just like, because that's when you, even in for the security and the integrity of your thing, that's where somebody can hack you or whatever. And apparently this is what happened in a larger scale to Facebook. And Facebook owns Instagram, Oculus, WhatsApp, the Facebook website, and a bunch of other websites. And interestingly, when people say, oh, I don't have Facebook anymore, but they're on Instagram, I tell them all the time, you're still on Facebook. No, I don't use Facebook or Instagram. I only use WhatsApp. You are still on Facebook. It's the same website or the same platform with just a different skin. When you go on Messenger or you go on WhatsApp, it's the same exact servers. It's the same service. It's green on WhatsApp and it's blue on Messenger, but it's the same messaging service actually, and they are just transforming them to just be the same, and they all go from the same place. And it is great when everything works, because in a way, you can post your story on Instagram, and at the same time it goes on Facebook. And it would be great if it also went to WhatsApp for people like me who want to share to all their people, because I'm public. That would be amazing, because listen, when I have to post stories, like I said before, I have to post on WhatsApp, post on Instagram, post on Facebook, post on YouTube now. Soon you have to post on Clubhouse. At a point, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I choose one platform. This is where I'll post. And everybody else, listen, you have to see me there. But then, when it doesn't work, you realize the dependency that we all have on just one platform and the power that they have. There's a woman in Ghana who said that on that day, she lost 70% of the revenue from her restaurant, because every customer on her restaurant, every customer in her restaurant they order through WhatsApp, and this is the only way. So listen, imagine that when your customers want to order food, they order through WhatsApp. WhatsApp doesn't work, so maybe they're trying to send you a message on Facebook. Facebook doesn't work. So maybe they will try to direct message you on Instagram. Instagram doesn't work. 70% of the money gone. Why? Because she relied on that service. And a lot of people in Africa, they use WhatsApp. Brazil uses WhatsApp. And that's it. They don't use other services. Yeah, some geeks use Telegram and all these other places, but most people, they only use WhatsApp. My mom, for 7 hours, I couldn't talk to my mom. I could talk to my dad because my dad is a politician. Politicians use Telegram. So I just went on Telegram. I saw my dad was there. I said, are you fine? Is mom fine? My dad was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm in Brazzaville. Talked to her in Kinshasa an hour ago. She's cool. It's just that WhatsApp doesn't work for some reason. I said, yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. Explain to him. And I told him, try to see if mom or my brother can install Telegram in mom's phone so we can talk. But, then after that, WhatsApp was working again. But this is where this is when you see the danger of the whole thing. Because imagine if we all have cars that drive themselves on highways that decide the cars, give them information. We have all these cars that drive themselves autonomously, but they are all receiving information from a server. And let's say a third of the population have a Facebook car, and it's part of a service. It's part of your Facebook service in 20 years, where you have like your WhatsApp for messages, Instagram to post your photos, Facebook to watch your videos, your content. Maybe they bought a video service, and maybe they bought Spotify, and to listen to music is also part of Spotify that belongs to Facebook. And you also have, it's part of your whole thing. You have your car that drive itself, and it's all part of the same service. And somebody somewhere goes and deletes or does a misconfiguration in the servers during an update, and then takes down the whole service. And because they're smart people, they decided that everything was running on one place and there was no relays or whatever. Now, that error just propagates to every server, and then the service is gone. And now you have all the Facebook cars that lose the autopilot. Either they stop or they just go and do accidents. Just imagine in a future where all the power we gave to those platforms, we give them more because people love the convenience. Nobody wants to go out anymore to go to the store because we order on Amazon. Nobody wants to cook anymore because we order Uber Eats. I'm guilty. Listen, I think in this house, my wife is an amazing cook, but in this house, we probably spend 100 to 200 euros every week on Uber Eats because convenience. Listen, it's early in the morning. We just dropped the kid at school. We tired. We just stopped. Listen, Starbucks. We could walk. It's 600 meters away from us. But nah, we're going to order because it's convenient, right? The problem is, soon as every time those platforms don't work anymore, that's when you realize, wow, I gave too much power to those people. Because they could just do a mistake, not even get hacked. Those people that are getting paid hundreds of thousands because they are the best engineers and etc., they do a misconfiguration. And this misconfiguration erases the whole DNS, because the DNS, which is the root of the Facebook platform, the platform still exists, but it's like you cut the river of information between the main servers and the people. And all of a sudden, nothing works for 7 hours. So everybody went to Twitter. Everybody went to those who know went to Telegram, to Signal. People, I posted my stuff on my community on YouTube. But it goes back to the whole R. Kelly thing. It goes back to the same thing. Too much power centralized in one place, and those people become the keepers of the decision of who talks and who doesn't talk. And if they're scared, because they don't care, but if they're scared of all the people who talk, because those people talk loud, they will not care about the opinions of the millions of people who don't care, or who are like, well, listen, R. Kelly music on this or that, I don't care. Some people don't care. But if you say, I don't care, you will be attacked as well. But imagine now, the same platforms, they can do one mistake and you cannot talk to your mom. I could not talk to my mom. Bro, I just talked about this for 2 hours. Where were you? At the end of the show, go back and listen to what I said. What was I saying? You hear, and you're going to have a whole platform that can stop working, and all of a sudden you cannot talk to your mom because you got used to talking to your mom for free on a service like WhatsApp. It's a great, I love WhatsApp. Changed my life. Listen, I've had a few long distance relationships, and trust me, some of those long distance relationships wouldn't have stopped if I had WhatsApp back then, because it cost too much money to maintain those long distance relationships. And I had to go buy a 50 franc, so that was like 8 euros, telephonic card, go out the house, go to the cabin, talk, call South America and be like, oh, love you so much. Listen, we only have 10 minutes. So talk. Okay, talk to you next week. Of course, it doesn't work at a point. Letters and all that stuff. And today, I can be in Thailand and my wife is in Guinea-Bissau and with my daughter, and we can talk to each other on video through WhatsApp, and it's free because I have unlimited 4G and 5G, and my wife also. And even when we are outside, we have 60 gigs, or we just take a local SIM and fill it up with 50 gigs of internet for 20 or 30 dollars or euros, and we're good to go, right? You see what I mean? So you end up being in this situation where those services are super convenient, but when they don't work, you realize, damn. So I'm not addicted to social media. I go to Instagram sometimes, and most of the time I post once, check my messages at night. The rest of the time, listen, you want to talk to me directly. If you don't have my WhatsApp, if you send me a message on Instagram, I'll see it maybe at the end of the day, or maybe in the beginning of the next day. I only post maybe 1 or twice per day. I'm really pulling back on social media because I want to control what I see. I want to control, and I don't want to be on my phone all the time. My wife is on her phone all the time. She's like TikTok. If she's not on TikTok, she's on Instagram. She's not on Instagram, she's in Snapchat. She's all there all the time. Listen, Instagram, WhatsApp dead. She went to sleep. She was tired, but she was like, oh, nothing works. She went to sleep. But imagine how crazy it is to have platforms that we are so reliant on. And trust me, the business of music, of selling shows, I remember when my manager used to send faxes. She had to send a fax with a contract to promoters who wanted me to perform somewhere. And now everything is done on WhatsApp. Hey, how much to perform here? That much. How do we do? This is the bank account number. Send the money. Yeah, I received the 50%. Okay, I want these tickets. Boom, boom. I want that hotel. Boom. Okay, done. Paf, paf, paf. Send me an email. Blah, blah, blah. All this costs nothing. That's the convenience. And this is why we give them all this power. The problem is the moment that they fuck up. That's when you ask yourself, whoa. When this woman, you just started your business again after a pandemic, or in the after, whatever, where we are in the pandemic. And you start to get your clients again. It's a big day maybe, and then no client have access to you other than those who are in the restaurant or those who just come in. Everybody else, I cannot order. Let me go make rice. And for some people, it was a horrible day. For me, no. WhatsApp doesn't work. Yeah, listen. Telegram, can post on Instagram. YouTube community cannot talk with people on Instagram or Facebook. I don't use Facebook. It became bad, over bloated, but cannot talk with people on the comment section, whatever. I went to Twitter, and then I have YouTube, I have Netflix, I have Amazon, I have so many services that I can, when something doesn't work, I can go to something else. But I imagine the people who decided that they would put their business on those platforms and let those platforms become the neuralgic center of their operation. Whoa. And if I had a lesson to tell that woman in Ghana that lost 70% of her business on that day because of WhatsApp not working, I would tell her, install Telegram, install what's the name of the other one? the other one and install a local one as well. It's the same number anyway. So install all of them. And when you tell people this is the number and you can access us, and you put all the logos, WhatsApp, Telegram, and a local platform. And when it doesn't work, call us on this number directly. And you might have people, when they cannot find you on something, maybe they go to the other platform and they see you here. Or maybe you can send a message to everybody on your Twitter. Hey, listen, this platform is not working. You can still find us here. And this is what's interesting to me, because I don't need to find a solution. Most of the people who are here, and a lot of the people who follow me on Instagram, they also follow me on Twitter, and they also subscribe to me on YouTube. So what I did, I posted on my YouTube community and I was tweeting. And the rest of the time I was watching TV on YouTube. And yeah. But this whole thing about centralization, because it's a whole conversation from Dave Chappelle to R. Kelly to Facebook being down for 7 hours. It's all a conversation about decentralization and centralization. The dream of the internet by those who built it in the beginning, and everybody that created those sites from Facebook to Twitter to all these places, was a place that is decentralized, where anybody can come and freely express whatever they want to say, and freedom of speech that society is not giving us. That was what those people, the creators of Twitter, I was there in 2007 when they changed the name from the company that they were doing before, which was an audio company. I forgot the name. I think it was Odium. I'm not sure. And then they did Twitter. And in the beginning, it was just like, yeah, everybody can speak. Everybody can say whatever they want. And everybody was happy. Freedom. Oh, the news media are liars. Governments, we don't trust them. On Twitter, we hear it's between us, blah, blah, blah. So that's always how the geek think. And all the dreamers think. And then the first Nazi arrived and started saying shit. And people were like, yo, what is he doing here? Well, I heard this is a place where we all speak. And it was like, no, not you. I thought it was freedom. Yeah. This is the problem with everything is free. There's no rules. There's a point where everybody has to grow up. 13 years, 14 years after the creation of Twitter, there's rules of service. There's things that you cannot say. There's things, etc., etc. And there's a lot of groups that use Twitter as a weapon. And they use the followers' emotion as ways to create tsunamis of thoughts. And the platforms now became the entities that they sworn back then to, they wanted to fight them. How? Money. They make a lot of money by becoming what they became. So they replaced, YouTube replaced TV. So all the money from TV came to YouTube. Soon as Coca-Cola is paying you 200 million of advertisement, if they say, what? There's a Nazi channel on YouTube? We don't want to have an advertisement with this. We remove our money. YouTube removes the channel. There goes freedom of speech because money. So, and what it tells us is that what we need now is Web 3.0, which is blockchain, decentralized services, video service like YouTube, but completely decentralized, where they don't decide for us what we listen, but we decide all together. And if there's a big decision, they put a vote so that we can all vote And then when there's the decision, it's a decision by the community because the service is ruled by the community. Same thing for Spotify, same thing for all these places where we put our music in there, but we as a community decide govern. We govern it as a community, and the money is made by all of us artists, not just one person, etc., etc. It's called decentralization, and then it goes with the freedom of speech that we are losing. But what's going to happen is that at a point, there's going to be so much money going in that the money that was lost from the TV that went to YouTube and went to Web 2.0 will come to Web 3.0, and they will come and dictate as always. But there's a point that us, the users, have to be able to say no. We have to be able to nuance and say, listen, we understand that this guy is horrible, but still we don't disagree with point 10. We agree with point 1 till 9. We agree with everything. But point 10, when you want to remove him, we don't agree because of this. Let's vote. Give us the option to decide. And listen, to me, I don't even listen to the music. There's a lot of people that I don't listen to their music because I don't like it or because I don't like them. But this is my decision. I will not force it to nobody. And if you want to live in this internet that is clean, you don't want to live in real life, because this is real life. And listen, once you arrive there, you guys will find a way, because the people who live by being angry and emotional, they will find a way to be angry and emotional, even if it's just between you clean people. Somebody will come and say, yeah, but your white is not as white as mine, you're not as clean as I am. And then, because that's people just need to be angry at something. People need to antagonize on the internet since the beginning of the internet. And most people, when they are behind the screen, behind the keyboard, they tend to be very maximalist with their ideas. And if you remember, the things I've been saying this whole year was, don't be religious with your ideas. You have to be able to change your mind. And if you are not religious about your ideas, you can say in 5 years, you can say in 10 years, I changed my mind. Listen, I said a lot of things in my 47 years in this body. And maybe some of the things that I said, they don't apply anymore. Or maybe some jokes I said 20 years ago, they're not funny anymore. And maybe even me, I used to find them funny 20 years ago. I don't find them funny today. And some jokes of 20 years ago, maybe everybody don't find them funny anymore. I still find them funny. And it has to be me, my decision, and my possibilities. And if somebody comes and tell me, yeah, listen, your joke might be funny to you, but it hurts me, I will be like, why? And if you can prove to me, or listen, we all live inside our heart and our emotions. If you're hurt by something, I can understand and I can say, I'm sorry, it's a joke. Well, don't do the joke anymore. Calm down. Calm down. If I'm telling you that it's a joke and you find it offensive, you have to convince me that it's offensive, because I might still not believe it's offensive even if you're offended. And you might then do a joke, or maybe I go to your tweet and I see that you did a joke that I might find offensive, and you tell me, but you know clearly that's a joke. Oh, whoa. When it's about black people, it's a joke, and I have to laugh. But when it's about your people, it's not funny anymore. It doesn't work like that. So, and it's not a conversation of black and white. It's a conversation of nuances. But you also have to accept that you might not convince people. Some people, listen, my wife tells me all the time, listen, you have to try this food or whatever. And I tell her I'm not interested. Come on. I'm not interested. I don't like this food. I tried before. I don't like it. You're not gonna change my mind. Oh, look, I did it this way. Okay, let me try it. Still not. Don't be pissed if I'm not interested in that particular food. Or you don't like my cooking. No. I like 99 stuff that you did. If I don't like one, it doesn't mean I don't like your cooking. It means that I don't like this. So you can do the 99 other things. What about trying other things? Well, listen, instead of trying to force me into this one, maybe try something else. And I might say, oh, this is nice. But this is about open-mindedness. We have to accept as cultures, as different people, that we all think different things about different things because of our upbringing, because of where we come from, because of traveling in different places and seeing that what is wrong in some place is right in some other place. Listen, I'm French. I lived in France most of my life, and in France we kiss each other. To say hi, even to strangers, we do 2 kisses. It's something that is part of French culture. When you go to New York, you try to kiss girls that you don't know. For them, it's an aggression. It's like, yo. You can hug somebody you just met. You hug them. And now it's like fist bump. But before pandemic, you would not kiss somebody you don't know in the cheeks. It's hugging in the US. So some people, they came from France, they arrive in the US for the first time, they get introduced to some 5 new girls, and they come, hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And the people are like, yo, ew, sexual harassment. It's difference of cultures. But the problem is, are the Americans the bearer of everything that is good and everything that is right? Are the French, do they know better than everybody? And they know better for everybody? When people are saying that in France we have this debate on hijab. Nah, this is a sign of, it's a sign of submission. Are you sure? Where? Some people will wear it because they are submit to God. This is what they believe. No, that's not true. Is this, yo, why you talk for those people? Why do you want to decide for everybody what is right? When, if I go to the Catholic Church, the sisters are dressed the same way. There it doesn't. No, there. Oh, wait. Guys, everybody calm down. We have to be able to be in a world where if I disagree with you, you don't have to insult me. That's it. Listen, I have some friends. They do things that I disagree with. And some of them are, whatever job they chose, it's not something that I would want for my kids. But they're still my friends. And some others, they're criminals. I know some people, they're criminals. And what I tell them is, don't do your things when I'm around. Don't have your merchandise when I'm in your car. Don't put me in a situation where, because I'm a celebrity, I end up being part of whatever shit because you didn't take care of driving me in the right car. Because I will cancel you from my life if you make me risk my reputation because you are sloppy. So if your car is dangerous and it's dangerous to be in your car, let's meet at the club. I'll take an Uber. And listen, all my gangster friends, they know that. They know. And same thing. I have some of my very dear friends. They're porn stars. They're strippers. I love them. They really like great women, amazing women. It still doesn't mean that I agree with their lifestyles. If my sister was doing the same thing, but it doesn't mean that I'm judging them. It's just like me and what I would want for my sister. But still, I still love them. I still love them for what they do. And I go to the club. I go to the club where they work, and we're chatting. And yeah, they're there in the pole, dancing, doing their job. I come here. I come with $50 bills or $100 bills, and we're playing and we're laughing. And they're like, "Oh, you don't have to do this." And nah, it's fine. Let's go. But I'm supporting them because I understand this. Yeah, listen, and I know them outside. I know their children. I know their family. And I know them for years, and they're my friends, real friends. And I never judge them for what they do. I still can be like, I wouldn't want my daughter to do that. I still can have those two feelings at the same time. It doesn't mean that something you feel, you don't have to feel also another thing, because we are complicated people. And I don't understand how people want everything to be so black and white. Life is not black and white. Stop trying to make social media, art, and everything like this. And stop trying to burden celebrities with opinions that are dangerous for them. It's like if everybody is now living in a world where they're scared to talk about things because they're going to lose sponsors, they're going to lose this, they're going to lose that. And it's complicated. And yeah, the platforms have to step their game up. They have to step their game up when it comes to you want to have all our data. You want us to trust you with your service. Your service cannot be down for 7 hours. That's wait, all you're gonna say is you're gonna tweet something? Oh yeah, we had difficulties. Oh, we're resuming soon. What? You know how many people lost money in your bullshit? This cannot happen. You're losing trust. You're losing the trust of the people. And as us customers, we have to decentralize a little. Listen, I'm never gonna tell people, remove your Facebook, remove your that. Listen, I use WhatsApp. I try Telegram. The other ones, nah. WhatsApp is my thing. Some people like Messenger. Some people like iMessage. I don't like iMessage. I think it's so too convoluted for some things. I'm a WhatsApp guy. And even after all this, I'm not leaving WhatsApp. That's the place I like because it's the best application for now until they fuck it up, because Facebook usually fuck up things. But until they fuck it up, that's the app I'm using. And I'm gonna be in a place where I'm gonna still use that app, but still I also have 3 or 4 other messaging application. I have this folder here. Where is it? I have a folder called Talk, and in that folder there's a bunch of apps. Some old ones, some new ones, and I got another one called I think it's Social, where I have a bunch of others, and for me, for now, to talk around the world with the people that I talk to, which most of them are not Americans, WhatsApp is the best solution. That's it. There's nothing you can do. And all these other apps are with this, with that, with listen, I don't care actually. I just want to talk to my mom and talk to my family all around the world and be able to do group chats with my people. And yeah, listen. Yeah. While WhatsApp was down, I went to Telegram and I was like, why do I receive a bunch of messages every time one of my contact is now on Telegram? I don't care. Oh, I can now remove that? I'm out. I played a bit. Okay, stickers are nice, animated, but soon as WhatsApp was back on, turned it off again, went back to where I'm comfortable. And listen, I don't like iMessage. I never liked it. I think, for example, you know, on iMessage, to delete a message, you have to swipe once, then you have to click on the thing, and then it tells you, are you sure? That's 3 steps. Can I just swipe? I know what I'm doing. Those little things that makes me lose time are the type of things that make me not like a service. And WhatsApp for me is really like the best service for my way of communicating. A lot of people like to talk to me on DM on Instagram. I reply to people, but I don't like it. And if you have my number, WhatsApp. If you don't, yeah, Instagram DM or Twitter DM. I go there every day. I check. But WhatsApp is really a better program for me. Better done. Oh, but it belongs to Facebook. I don't care. Personally. Yeah, but this is, I don't have nothing to hide. So, all good. But yeah, my advice to everybody in conclusion, because I was supposed to end this show 45 minutes ago, and give me my unicorns. If you wait, it's a new month. We're gonna still keep the unicorns until mid-month. Give me my unicorns if you enjoy this conversation, while I'm giving you my advice for that. My prediction first is pushback is coming. I told you. But my advice is decentralize a little. Just a little bit. Have a few other apps that you can use. WeChat, Viber. Does Viber still work? I don't know. Let me see. Listen, when I was with my ex in Mozambique, Viber saved me. Viber was, let me see if Viber still works. Viber would love to send you a notification. Welcome to Viber. Viber would love, yeah, Viber still works. Ask me for my number. So, yeah. I guess it still works. I mean, haven't used it for a long time, but seems like it's working. Back in the days, it was Skype. I was on Skype all the time, and then MSN, ICQ. Listen, I knew a lot of platforms. For real, WhatsApp for me is the best. And second position, I would put Telegram, I guess. From the little I tried, but not enough for me to stay there. WeChat is great as well, but I mean, it's more if you have a lot of businesses and people that you talk to that are in Asia, China. But yeah, my advice to everybody, decentralize a little bit. Like, even as a content creator, have a channel already on Twitch, have a channel in other platforms in case you need to just remove all your content from YouTube and move it to somewhere else, or for whatever reason YouTube doesn't work for a week, or your channel is down for a week for whatever reason that you have to fix to be able to take all your people somewhere else. You must first tell them where you are. So if they only follow you on YouTube, they're not going to know where you are. But if they all follow you on Instagram and on Twitter or on your website, you might be able to tell them, hey, listen, my channel is dead for whatever reason, or there's a problem with YouTube, there's a legal issue, blah 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 blah, channel will come back in a month probably, or in a week or whatever. We are talking with YouTube. In the meantime, I'll be on Facebook streaming, or I'll be on Instagram live, or I'll be on Twitter, or I'll be on Vimeo, or on Twitch, or whatever. So you have to have all your channels ready already, so to be able to switch when you need to switch. And yeah, that's my advice to people. Decentralize a little bit. Don't rely on just one tool. Try to have options. And listen, me, when YouTube doesn't work, I go to Netflix. Netflix doesn't work, Amazon. The internet doesn't work, real TV. You know, and real TV doesn't work, or books, nothing works, go outside and work and walk. You have to be able to have solutions and places when you can still express what you want to do. If YouTube doesn't work for you, remember one live we had? I was thinking about it. There was a live that we did a year ago, and YouTube was not working. I was trying to go live and YouTube was bugging. I don't know if you remember that. And at a point I was like, guys, listen, we'll try tomorrow. What I should have done, I thought about it. I was like, damn, that's what I should have done. What I should have done that day was tell everybody, let's go to Facebook just for today. That's what I should have done. Because the platform that I use, Ecamm, you can find the link in the description. I can go connect myself to YouTube. I can connect to Facebook. I can connect to LinkedIn, or I can connect to all three at the same time. I choose to connect on YouTube, but I could have said, listen, she's not working. Let's all move to Facebook for this episode. You do your whole show on Facebook. All the people who are here, they probably also have a Facebook account. We all log in there, go to my website, we say it in the chat. We all meet each other on Facebook. We do our show like as usual. And when the show is over, I take the file, I wait for YouTube to be back online the next day, and then I upload the live. I upload the live. And yeah, I didn't think about it that time. I was just like, hey, let's forget about it. But next time it happened, that's what we'll do. Next time YouTube doesn't work while we are live, I tell everybody. We're moving to Facebook. But yeah, that's all I had to tell you. I hope you enjoyed this show. I want to thank Sirène des Îles for being our stream royalty. I want to thank Lil Maro for his €10 contribution, and Sirène des Îles the stream royalty for her 15 Canadian dollars contribution as well. And we are all addicted to social media, and that's what they want. Oh yeah, it's designed this way. Facebook needs to sell WhatsApp because we can't lose all three apps at the same time. Or maybe they can decentralize a little bit, but I think it costs too much money if everything is done the same way. No problem, bro. Just watch the replay. On Twitter, a lot of these people defend their militantism without any consistency. It's a way to make themselves look good on social. Yep, I agree. Anyway, thank you so much for surviving 3 hours of Club Shada. And yeah, listen, I will see everybody on Wednesday. And next Monday, we will not have a show because I will be in Senegal with Buddy, I think, on the 8th. Wait, let me see. Maybe it's going to be a day before. No, yeah. Next Monday, if we have a show, it will be pre-recorded because I have a listening party. So maybe I will pre-record it and play it, but I think I will be in the plane while the show is going. So it's gonna be a listening session of the remixes of My Savior. So I will probably pre-record before going to, before taking the plane. So and then while I'm in Senegal, I don't know. It will depend on the internet quality, but I will record shows there. Maybe I will upload them directly to be played at the usual hours, or maybe I'll play them live. So I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll decide that when I see I will do some tests to see how it goes. So yeah, listen, this show is brought to you by ShadaWare.com, the gods of good fortune. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Make yourself at home, but remove your shoes at the door. It's been a pleasure to be back with you once again. Rest in peace, Auntie Joe, Mama Joe. And lots of love for Mountain of Inspiration, Joel Amen and Dali and Dede and Sandra and Biu. I love you guys. Club Shada, thank you so much for another amazing show. I'm going to bed. Thankfully, I had some Red Bull in my cup. That saved me. You can order this on shadaware.com, just for you to know. And yeah, I will see you when I see you, and I will play you a track by John Amari called Where I Dwell. See you when I see you, my people. Peace out.